Let's talk about pain tolerance testing at the NFL Combines. This is Dr. David Chao, Pro Football Doc at Sports Injury Central. I personally have been to over 20 NFL Combines in Indy. When I started going way back in the day, St. Elmo's was really the only restaurant. Now, Indianapolis has grown and it's a mega event. But lots of experience as a 2-decade NFL team physician, but also at over 20 different NFL combines with 3 different teams. I can tell you all about the process and testing. Unequivocally, there is no such thing as pain tolerance testing. Is there some test to elicit pain or tenderness? Of course. Does it hurt here? Does it hurt here? Does it hurt when I do this? But it's not pain tolerance. How much can you stand? Are there tests for tolerance, like instability, examining someone for stability for a ligament? Can you tolerate this motion? Do you have apprehension with abduction and external rotation of your shoulder? Does it cause any numbness and tingling when you move your neck in a certain way? There is tolerance testing, but pain tolerance testing is not a thing. That has to come from someone who's non-medical. I'm not saying the reporting is inaccurate. The national reporter reported what he was told, but medically there is no such thing. The other thing that doesn't make sense about this, and I'm not calling out the particular NFL player, Florida offensive lineman, and I won't even say his name because there's no point. Some have pointed out that Tyler Kroft, when he entered the draft in 2015, had a similar complaint about his ankle. Totally different circumstance. He came into the combines off a high ankle sprain, was said to have a 10-week recovery timeline. At 6 weeks at the combines, apparently more people examined his ankle than maybe should have. It wasn't pain tolerance testing, can you stand this? It's just, does this still hurt? At the time it didn't, but after half a dozen or 2 dozen or whatever doctors examined him, the next day he developed some soreness. But that was for a pre-existing injury that got more sore. I don't see how it's medically possible for an ankle that's completely uninjured based on exams from 32 or even 64 team physicians, 2 from each team, that can cause swelling, stiffness, soreness where you can't work out the next day without an underlying issue. Now, I'm not saying the kid had an underlying issue. There's no report of an underlying issue, but something doesn't make sense here, and I'm sure we'll hear more when it comes. Suffice it to say, there's no such thing as pain tolerance testing. Tenderness, soreness, does it hurt here? Can you do this? Can you move your arm this way? Is your elbow unstable? Brock Purdy, tolerance testing? Sure, but not to the point of pain and how much pain you can suffer. And doctors on their exams can't hurt people. The force of a 6'5", 308-pound offensive lineman when he gets in a pass set or run blocking scheme or in an Oklahoma drill is thousands of times more than any doctor can apply with their hands. And by the way, combine testing has changed since Tyler Kroft days. If there is an ankle injury or knee injury or something, usually now one doctor is designated to exam. It's videoed and all the other doctors can view it if there's any potential for making anyone sore. Of course, every year at combines, there are significant injuries. The USC offensive lineman apparently, unfortunately, tore his ACL at the combines. He still bench pressed, so kudos to him. But that happens every year. That also happens in pro days. Remember last year, David Ojabo from Michigan tore his Achilles in his pro day. So the combines aren't doing anything out of the ordinary. It's just high speed, high stress, let's do your best. Things happen. Every other year, someone blows out their pec in the bench press at the combines. Some do that leading up to the combines, training. It's an unfortunate part of the high-demand sport of football, but no one's purposely trying to cause pain or injury. Let's call this myth debunked. No such thing as, quote, true pain tolerance testing, and no way a doctor's exam can, even a dozen of them, can cause significant ankle pain or soreness to the point where you cannot do drills. Let's hear where there is more to this story. Go to Sports Injury Central, sicscore.com. Thanks for watching.